Hey, howdy y'all. Hope y'all are doing good. Hey, Dangerous, how you doing, brother? Hey, Salty, how you doing, man? Hey, Dragon, how you doing, man? Howdy, Wendy, how you doing, hon? Hey, Daniel, how you doing, brother? All right, here we go. Finally, this thing started working. Yes. Uh, Tonight, I want to talk about paranormal. And I'm gonna open up the chat here shortly. Let you guys bring out your experiences as well. And those that are in the paranormal community, um, that's something that you don't tread lightly with. You don't sit there and call yourself a paranormal if you go to a haunted area, look around, wait 5 minutes, nothing happens, go home crying to mommy. I've seen too many of that shit going around. Hey Jane, how you doing, hon? You cannot really call yourself a paranormal dude, woman, if you're sitting on the sidelines. Unfortunately, I've seen too many of these on YouTube. There's no act in that. There are tons of real paranormal people out there that have real experiences with it that take this seriously. I'm one of them. Hey, Process, how you doing, brother? I've seen some really scary shit growing up as a kid. And I tell you, it's not always easy. I was told that I was going nuts, that I was seeing things, that I need to be on medication and counseling and all such shit. It wasn't until I was older, and one of the elders of the res sat there and says that it's a gift or a curse, depending on how you look at it. We have the ability to see things as they really are. And one of the things that's been going around for generations, decades and decades, is that when the child sees uh, as a kid, you always sit there and say, oh, my friend over here, right here. And the child would be touching the person they see. One of the things that has been going around through years of studies and all this was that the person that they had there, hey Zena, how you doing? Welcome on in. Like I said, one of the things they're touching the person that they see, or they're touching the animal, spirit animal, whatever they're seeing. The adults sit there and say, oh, well, that's just this, this, this. So they lose that ability to see those. Hey, what the fuck are you doing, boy? Hey, Shar, sweetheart, how you doing, hon? Hey, like I said, it's the adults sit there and discourage that because they're stuck in that, oh, well, that's just this, 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 you're just crazy, you're doing this. But in reality, the child sees more than us adults do. We as adults discourage that. We sit there and say, oh, well, you're just crazy, you need meds, or, you got such a wonderful imagination. That's more than that. The child sees things as they really are. The child sees things as they truly are. They see the spirits, they see everything. And when I was a kid, there was this one haunted house. Everybody avoided it like the plague. They did not go near it. Grass was at a level and it stayed there. But it was always like it was dead. There was no water, no nothing. No matter how bad it rained, the grass never changed colors. So one night, me and a buddy of mine sat there. We went up to the house. We just got curious, and all the windows was busted out because of the fact that everybody's throwing rocks at it. So me and a buddy of mine came through backside of the property. Walked up, walked through the house and stuff like that. I got this real uneasy feeling the whole entire time. I'm sitting there, I'm looking at every direction. I'm listening for every noise. And we're on a corner. Road here, road here. And it was almost like it was muffled. When we walked onto the property, sound just kind of almost deadened. And we're sitting there, we're talking to each other, and we're going through, and we lose each other somewhere. It's a two-story house. I sat there, seeing it many times over, walking through, coming up, and all of a sudden, when we lost each other, I'm up on top. I'm on the basically the attic part, and there was only like a room, you know, not really a full attic. And I sat there and I said, okay, looking up, looking around, came back down into the bedroom, and I sat there and looked, and it was like blood on the wall that says, get out now. And I called for my buddy. It's like, hey, bro, are you up here? He goes, no. It's like, where you at? And he goes, I'm outside. It's like, did you come up here? And he goes, where you at? And I looked out, and he goes, no, I haven't been in there for a couple minutes. And I go, has anybody else been up there here? He goes, No, I've been checking around the basement and all this, looking all around out here. No one's been around here. And I was like, holy fuck. All right. And then I turned around where it stated in blood, get out now. It was gone. And there was just blood drips on the floor. I jumped out that window. I broke my leg in 3 different places. And I sat there and I never came back to that place again. And my buddy sat there, goes, dude, what'd you do that for? You could have come downstairs. It's like, no, Then I told him what I'd seen. And we're running. I mean, we vacated the whole entire area. And I sat there, it's like, oh, hey, here you go. And I'm just like, man, no, that scared me. My heart was racing real bad. And I told him, I go, man, I just heard someone tell me, you stay here, you're staying here. Get out now. And that's what made me run because I didn't know if someone was there that we had missed because we had other people that came through that were murdered, disappeared. So being a kid, we didn't know. So I sat there and I just jumped. Like I said, I broke my leg in 3 places. Didn't go back to the property, didn't even look at it. I went blocks out of my way to go there. And I got older. The elder at the res sat there and he says, you've got a gift, don't you? So what's that? He sat there and he goes, you got a gift. You see spirits, don't you? It's like, yes, sir, I do. And he goes, don't ever lose that. So I went through what they call rites of passage. I had to go on a spirit quest. And I'll tell you, it's hard to do, but fun because you learn who you are. You learn to challenge your spiritual self. You learn to engrave yourself in the spirit realm. And that's what I did. I looked forward to it. I anticipated it. I went through hell. But yeah. I've always loved the paranormal. I've always been involved one way or another with the paranormal. I've had a great friend of mine that had her own paranormal investigation. We went on to some of the craziest places. Waverly was one of them, all through Idaho, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Utah, California, Arizona. We went to a whole bunch of different places all throughout. And she lost everything. She had a bad business partner that just took her for everything. But she's getting it back. But there's the reason why I stated earlier, hey lady, how you doing, man? Oh, I've been through New Mexico, I've been through Colorado, I've been all over this country, Alaska. I went to some paranormal places in Mexico, all down through Chihuahua, all down through almost to Mexico City. It's beautiful. I love those. I love going to those places. I just have fun, you know. Been by the Skinwalker Ranch a couple of times, but I was not ready to go there because there's preparation things that you have to do. And I did not have what I needed at the time. But I would love to go on the Skinwalker Ranch, grab a few friends together and just go through and just have fun, do the Waverly Place, go to the Devil's Bridge, the Witch's Death House, you name it, H. Holmes haunted area. You know, go all these wonderful places and go places that no one speaks about much. Because a lot of the people want to go to like the Waverly, go to the Deal, but there's a lot more places. The Devil's Bridge, near Philadelphia. There's all over the place. Uh, Beginning part of the year, I think it was, or last year, I can't remember, last Halloween or somewhere around there, I had a guest on here that was on the Gettysburg battleground. Her house is filled with spirits. And if you go back, I'm sitting there, I'm looking, and we're talking up on here, and she's a great lady. I miss her. She's a wonderful lady. She is really hardcore into the paranormal. Um, I'm sitting there, I'm looking, it's like, wow, there's this guy here, and I'm sitting there, I'm describing what this guy was talking about. Hey, Applebee's. And yes, I did that purposely. So your insults are invalid. Oh, remember, we love the trolls here. Anybody that comes in that's a troll, hands off, gloves are off. Y'all have free reign to tear into them however you see fit. See, the reason why I misspelled that for, hey, Truth Brother, how you doing, man? Good seeing you again. The reason why I named it this or wrote it the way it is because I was making fun of a friend of mine, which does hauntings. He's a very well known clown. He does hauntings in Texas. Well, it could be, yeah. But the way he says it says, oh, McGurdy. He's always making fun of that. and so I put a gradient because I had just got done talking with him a few minutes prior. And I said, it goes, oh, watch this. So I named it, hey, Tuna. Yes, Tuna. Tuna got it right. I've been friends with that little fucker for many years. The guy is great. The guy is phenomenal. I would love to have him on chat one night to do an interview with him. In fact, I could even talk to him in a moment. Like I said, the guy is great. He is a phenomenal person. He is a genuine character. And as always, I am going to open panel, but I am very selective on who I allow up here. Tonight's about paranormal, having fun with it, getting stories out, what their experiences are with the paranormal activities, their views on things that they've seen, been through, want to explore, and stuff like that. Give a better perspective on what we're missing out. Hey, as they say, it's hunt season. Oh yeah, he is a great guy too. Uncle Willie, you guys, you guys want to have fun. You guys want to see things that's just hilarious as fuck. Look up Relic the Clown or Willie Vodka. You guys will have fun laughing your asses off. But if you hate clowns, then don't go there because they are clowns. They're scary clowns. I've been good friends with them for several years when they only had a few hundred subs.
What's up, Ghost? Hey, you know what? Look, it was me under there the whole time, dude. It was me under there.
Oh my God. Oh,
Dude, I got an
you're
awesome
scary.
ghost. I got, should I put the mask back on? I can put it back on.
Oh
I got
man,
an awesome ghost story. So check this out. So I moved to this new building, right? And I'm living in this
Mhm.
building. I'm unpacking, I'm going through the motions. And like I can swear that I feel like somebody's like watching me or like there's something real strange. You're just getting these weird, creepy vibes. Like I'm like always looking around, you know. It's not just because I'm in a new place that I'm a weirdo. No. So then, like, I go to sleep that first night, and I'm like laying in the bed, and the way that the bed is lined up, it's looking out the door to the hallway, right? So I'm laying
Mhm.
there, and I could have swore this guy in a fucking blue robe goes walking past the door because the bathroom's on one side, the kitchen's on the other side.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I had to like rub my eyes. I'm like checking to make sure, I'm like, what the hell? And it happens again. I'm like, what the fuck, right? So then the next day, I go down to have a cigarette and I'm like talking to the new neighbors, right? And I'm like,
Mhm.
hey, have you guys had any? Is there a lot of weird stuff that happens here? Has a lot of people died here? It's a pretty big building. Like, has a lot of people died? They're like, oh yeah, we got ghosts. Have you? You want us to tell you about the ghosts? And I'm like, sure, I don't believe in that shit, but I didn't want to tell them, right?
Mhm.
So they go, there's a guy that walks around in a fucking blue robe and goes around
Mhm.
in the bathrooms and the hallways and shit. I didn't tell them what I'd seen, so they describe it right to the T.
Wow.
Yeah, that was just the other day. I was like, what? So now I'm kind of
Yeah.
freaked out. I'm like, I kind of have to, it makes doing certain things. Like I feel like somebody's watching me. Got this sweet skull pillow for the night tonight, for the
Oh,
spooky night
cool.
tonight. You know, just wanted to be a part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Hey,
I'm
you
gonna
know
sign.
you're always welcome, no matter what.
Oh yeah, I love it. I'm gonna sign off and let somebody else come up. But that was my ghost adventure
Yeah.
this month. So you guys keep it going. Let's hear some more fun stories and get involved. Let's do this. Peace out.
All right. Yep. See, I know I'm always being watched. Every now and then, I'll turn my head because I see something out of the corner of my eye. Hey, Bent Rim, how you doing, brother? Hey, good seeing you, man. I have not heard you in forever. Hope everything's good with you. I'm glad that you finally got a video put out the other day. Um, I started watching it, but had issues with time, and hey, that's a good thing, brother. Oh shit, you okay? What happened, man? Don't tell me you downgraded to one of those little snowmobiles with birth defect bitches. And those things are wheelchairs on crack. Man, hope you're okay, man. What happened? What happened? Hey, if you want to come on up, tell your story. Listen, you could come up. You know I ain't gonna deny you, brother. Hey, D. Johns, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah. All right, good. I hope it's only a temporary thing, because that's not a good thing. I know how you feel. I got a busted limb on mine. Oh, hell yeah, farm truck. You gotta have farm truck touch it up. You gotta have farm truck. Asian too. But man, how'd you break it? Man, that's hard to hear, good friends sit there and be injured, with things that may alter their writing experiences or their life experiences. You know, I bet you kicked your own ass because you stood near one of those little snowmobiles with birth defects and thought about riding it once. So you had to kick your ass so hard that it broke your leg, right? Oh man, but if you need anything, you got me on Discord. You can holler anytime you need me. I'm there for you. You know, even if you need someone to bitch at, just chew the cud with. Because you've always been a good dude. You're a brother, and you know me. I never leave anyone behind. It's kind of old school belief, old school thinking, but I'd rather be old school than new school. At least I still got class. I still got style. And I still got some morals. Yeah, you want to come up, tell us about your experiences, come on up. Yeah. Oh no. Now this one, now our next guest is someone that if you have a little broken tool, they do have pills or scaffolding for it to get it fixed. I'm waiting for that middle finger to come up too.
What's up?
Ain't nothing much, brother. Welcome to the channel.
Dude, I just about dropped my phone and everything, dude. I didn't hear a fucking word you said.
I know I see it.
Oh shit. Nah, man.
Yeah, I sat there. It said that our next guest is one that, if you have a broken tool, there's either a pill for it or scaffolding to fix it.
Oh. No, dude, I just F myself up at work, man. Fucking doing too much, going too hard, getting old. So
you're a lot younger than I am.
yeah, but I've also busted myself up probably a hell of a lot more.
Hey, I've broken every bone in my body.
Oh, I don't know, man. I think me and the old lady established it's like every 3 to 4 years I gotta have some major fucking catastrophe happen.
Well, how'd you break it?
I didn't break it. They're looking, because of the lovely medical system and everything that we have, and my job is trying to pay for everything and not go through workman's comp. It has hindered the urgency on getting me an MRI.
Yeah.
So not saying nothing until after the MRI, but there's this nice little golf ball size growth on the side of my leg right now that's probably the rest of my lower lateral ligament.
Ooh.
And from the one x-ray, the specialist was saying that might be broken. Might be.
Ooh. So that's going to be a little bit of a hard surgery to go through.
Yeah. So, but everyone was all like, "Oh, it's probably only soft tissue damage. It'll swell. It'll be back down. Blah blah blah." Well, if that was the case, I should be able to extend my leg fully by now, and I can't. So I can't even bear a weight. Nothing. So it's crutches and wheelchairs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a while, man. Holy shit, I haven't been on this show in fucking almost probably a year.
Yeah, a little over a year since last time you was up.
God damn.
Yeah, I looked at it when I'm doing the Eagle's Nest, because I do Eagle's Nest by canoes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting more into that again. I would love to have you on panel as an interview. Do an interview with you, stuff like that, where you came from, what got you interested in riding, stuff like that. And
I don't really ride. What do you talk about? I have a stunt double. I'm just a YouTuber, man. We don't really ride.
I'm not a rider either. I'm just the one that steers the nut in front.
What is the story on that? Because do you still have the Sporty or no?
Yep, I still have it.
Okay.
I'm not getting rid of her for as long as I can. I've been derailed due to health, my heart. I've had strokes. I've had PTSD breakdown. I mean, absolute breakdown. I lost some good folks over it. Memories starting to come back a little bit more clearer, but there may be things that I will never remember.
Right.
So I just take it one day at a time, as I always have. I'm not worried about shit. I'm in the process right now of gathering up the gear to, to go out and film while I'm riding and shit like that, because I don't have all this elaborate amounts of money. So I have to really scape and work, finagle here and there, and what's important, what's not, and kind of build up from that. And
But dude, don't even sweat that shit, dude. Just keep doing you.
that?
Keep doing you. Take it day by day.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. I don't worry about shit.
Yeah, don't worry about the push for fucking equipment and shit, because all it is, you're gonna go down a loophole of bullshit, and it ain't gonna, it really is, dude. Because all last year, all worried about getting fucking the new shiny newness and the new hot fucking thing. And dude,
Fuck, I don't care about that shit. Oh, what I'm trying to do is I've had a buddy of mine sit there and tell me that he had saddlebags for me.
Mhm.
And he has that little round patch, the not the patch, but the pouch for the tools and stuff like that.
Yeah, your roller.
The
Yeah.
round deal.
Yeah.
And every time it's like, oh man, I'm sorry, this, and it's always an excuse. And it's like, dude, I've got the brackets to hold that fucker up. And he goes, well, they're ripped. It's like, dude, I work with leather. I made you a fucking leather jacket. I made your old lady moccasins. I know how to sew with leather.
It sounds like he's giving you the runaround, not the, speak.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And see, that's one reason why I tell people I don't trust words. I trust actions more because words are a dime a dozen. If your actions don't meet your words, then you're not good. Because as a brother, a fellow biker enthusiast, what have you, writer, whatever name you want to call it, one of the things that we're taught was you always be a man of your word. Even as a kid, we're taught be a man of your word. Keep your word straight. Keep your word golden. If your words don't match your actions, then you're no good.
Right.
And so, just like the oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. How many times could you sit there and say, oh, I'm sorry, without it going, oh, sorry, what? I'm oh, hey, there's a grass growing over there about 5 miles down the road. I'm going to watch that while, you get your ass kicked over here.
So the process wants the best bent rim ghost story. Well, I don't know about all that. Been trucking for some years now. I'm a truck driver and everything. And I really didn't get into the whole wibble wobble ghosty stuff. I mean, I think there's stuff out there and everything, and I've had some, questionable experiences or what that, but I don't know if it's just mind altering substances or alcohol involved in most of it. But
if she's ugly, there's a lot of alcohol involved.
yeah. So there's there's the story or legend or whatever you want to call it of the black dog.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh yeah.
They say it comes in threes, and I've had about 2 close calls that I can't explain, and it's been late at night, running my balls off, and everything. And they say it comes in threes. So believe me, I was just talking to a buddy about 3 months back about this and stuff, and we were talking about it, and I'm so worried that I think maybe this was the third one. It just didn't happen on the road, and it just happened unloading the trailer. But
yeah.
As far as paranormal stuff, I mean, anybody that don't know, I'm from Central Pennsylvania. Gettysburg is only about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. We used to go down there and do the ghost tours and everything. And one night we got blitzed up in town and went on one of these ghost tours. And the one lady kept hanging around me and my one buddy and kept saying there's like an aura or something, like there's energy around us and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept telling us about something about glowing trees and shit. And I shit you not, dude, we were down near the battlefield and everything. It had this one tree, the base of this one tree was glowing. And you could see like a shadow of thing around it. And we kept smacking each other and like, dude, I can't believe this shit. Oh my God, and everything. And it like followed us down the tree line as we were walking on this tour for a bit. So, I mean, if you want to call that a ghost story, that's about as close as I got to anything you want to say.
Yeah, and see, that's one reason why I started in the beginning where I said there, it says not everybody is into the paranormal. They're going to a graveyard waiting. It's like, okay, and then go. They're making shit up just for the entertainment side of it. And that's what people draw against. That's what draws people away from those that are really interested into it. Because you can have a person off to the side just out of eyesight where you can't really tell if it's a person or not, and have just the lighting just right, follow them, and all of a sudden, that's the ghost. That's the spirit.
Right.
Oh, wow. Oh, mama does better than that when she's trying to hide from dad during lunch hour. I mean, I don't understand that, and I've seen that too. I've seen where people go in and they're trying to make it look really haunted and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, they're filming this, right? I've seen where a person and the music starts to get eerie and all this. They're going, oh, well, what's this? And then all of a sudden, the person forgets that the camera is still on them. And then all of a sudden, he's just like, and then all of a sudden, that noise comes off to the side that he's now looking at. And then the other cameraman is going, oh my God, what the, oh, and then all of a sudden he starts freaking out and is like, what? It's like, dude, come on. Really? If I was there, I'd jab slap you so hard it'd make your dick spin.
There's there's this one ghost store down in Gettysburg and stuff. I think it was like one of the first ones I went to, and everything. And they put you in a basement, and there's a casket in the front, and they tell you all these stories and whatnot. But they'll sit there and they'll put rocks in your hand. And what some people don't know is that inside one or two of these rocks are some magnets. And if they give the certain person those rocks and they start moving around in their hand and they come together, oh my God, and they start freaking out and everything, it's all just a jip and a ploy, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Alcatraz is one that you guys should definitely check out. It is a great place to go and go through that experience with. Yeah, like I said, that's one thing that drives me nuts. These are paranormal. Now, the only paranormals there are should be paranormans,
I don't mean to cut you short or nothing, but my phone's about to die and it's getting a little cold here in the garage. So I'll hang around and side chat them, brother. You take her easy.
Hey, brother, you're always welcome here anytime you need me. You've got me on Discord.
If you message me on Discord, I'll get to it then. I just re-downloaded that on the phone, so I have it on there. I'm not on any servers or nothing. But if you message me, I'll get back to you then. Let me know about wanting to come on the show and all that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, you're welcome anytime.
All right, brother. Much love.
Hey, much love, brother. And see, that's one thing that, Mayor Rim hit it on the head. You go in to have believers. You want to have believers, that are interested in this, the paranormal, but yet You got fake folks out there. You know, like I said, I sat there and watched a YouTuber sit there and he's in this haunted house. And I'm sitting there, I was like, okay, cool. Watching it, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. You know, they're exploring all through the deals, and all of a sudden, the camera goes from him, goes outside on one different area, and then comes back to the person, the main person of the video. And then instead of continuing looking around, the guy's like a dead lump. He's like, okay. And he's like, and then he looks off to the side, and then he basically cues the person. He sits there and he goes, okay, anytime, your cue. And then all of a sudden, the person would throw something. Like, we'll grab a few friends together, we'll go. Fuck yeah. Do a collection pot. Sit there and figure out how much it's going to cost to go through, and each person, you know, have a collective place. Save up the money, be able to work it out, do whatever they need to, and stuff like that. Hell yeah. But, you know, like I said, when you sit there and have to cue a person to make the scene scary, you're losing it. You're losing the value of what you're in there for. You know, that's one reason why I don't care for fake folks for. But, you know, for me, one of the most scariest things I've ever seen, and it still drives me crazy every now and then when I smell sulfur. Teenager, buddy of mine, we were playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's a good game as long as you keep it in check. He decided one night, because he was the master, he wanted to open the portal. And he took a few things from certain dumbasses. And I sat there and said, oh, hell no. He started reading this out loud and was like, nope, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm out of here. I went outside, and we're in the middle of the country. I mean, we are at least 8 miles from town. And I walk out of his trailer, and mind you, his dad is a holy roller, extreme holy roller. Everything is by the Bible, word for word, cover to cover. Nothing is left out. everything. Like I said, everything is the Bible. Goes to church consistently, prays consistently, reads the Bible, consistency. And my buddy was the total opposite of that. And he opened up a portal. And we had a whole row of trees that were about, I'd say, at least 40, 50 feet tall. And I was just going to head home. You know, I was going to ride my bike, go home, you know, stop off at the local truck stop. But I sat there and I started smelling real bad sulfur. I mean, it was bad. And it started getting closer. It started coming closer to me. It started bringing up. And I'm sitting there, I was like, okay. And the hairs in the back of your neck, yeah, they stood up. Every ounce of me just started getting real scared, real uneasy feeling. And for me to get scared, that's something in itself. Because I'm not scared of anything except that. I'm sitting there, I'm watering one of the trees, and all of a sudden I look, and the tops of the trees just start parting like this. And I look up because it caught my attention. And all of a sudden I look up, and there's two huge lava looking eyes. I mean, they were bad. And he sat there and he said my buddy's name. And it's like, that's not me. I didn't want anything to do with it. That's no. He's inside. I didn't want anything to do with it. You can, I'm done. And he sat there and he told me, he goes, don't ever step foot, go. I ran the 8.5 miles to my house. I didn't stop. I didn't care. I fell. I tripped, ran through briar bushes, orchards. I didn't care. I was heading home to mom's house. I was done. I barricaded myself in my room and I grabbed as many religious artifacts as I could. I'm sitting there, I'm calling on Jesus, I'm calling on Jesus, I'm calling on woofies. I mean, I'm doing whatever I could. I mean, I was scared so bad. I didn't sleep for several days after that. And I'm sitting there like, okay, a buddy of mine, his mom is a good, mellow Christian. She came to me. You know, I came to her, I was talking to her, and I'm just razzled. I'm looking everywhere. I'm on heightened alert. I'm scared to be out anywhere. I had crosses, I had everything. I mean, you name it, it was there in my room. And I'm sitting there like, man, okay, here we go. No. And she sits there and she goes, don't worry, the devil's not after you. And she started praying with me. She sat there and she started making more sense with me because she didn't go religious. She sat there and she stayed it as cool as it could be. And the woman never cussed. She never believed in it. And I respected her for it, because that was her. This is the same buddy of mine that I told about that was a state trooper that pulled me over. My buddy and I were the two biggest kids in school. He was more muscular than I was. He was more built like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He ended up becoming a police officer, then a state trooper. But his mom sat there and she helped me out. She sat there and she held me in her arms as I was sitting. I was crying. I was scared. And she knew I was scared. And she's never seen this part of me at all. Because I was always that fearless, who cares attitude. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I was the epitome of free. I held no boundaries because no one was around me to tell me no, I couldn't do it. I was an adrenaline junkie. So I always done stupid shit to get myself in trouble. And so, no, it wasn't my mom. My mom was the reason why I was in and out of foster care for. Her and I, every time my brother did something wrong, I'd get my ass kicked for it. Me and my mom never had a good relationship. My buddy's mom, yeah, her and I clicked very well. And she was just like a mom to me. I mean, she was what I hoped for to have a mom. And she sat there and she goes, that demon wasn't about you. And I didn't tell her what I had seen, but she knew. And she sat there and she goes, here you are. And she described the demon to a T. But you know what the scary part is? I've never seen that guy since. I didn't see his dad nowhere. They just dropped off the face of the earth. And every now and then I'll drive by that property and there's nothing on it. The trees are gone. All you see is about 3 feet of the stump, and that's it. Where that property is, there's absolutely nothing growing. It's all dirt. And every time I go by that property, I still get I just get very weary. It's like that uneasy feeling coming up. And it's like, man, that's pretty hard. No, I just say, hey, man. And I say a positive prayer. It's like blessings to those that are there, forgive those that did their trespasses. Hey, Grizz, brother, how you doing, man? You know, my experiences as a kid kind of helped shape who I am. it made me be more cautious around people because I learned to trust my instincts. When my gut tells me run, I run. When my instincts tell me to look out, I look out. Would I change anything that I've done in the past? No. Because if I did that, then I would change who I am now. I couldn't do that. I don't know if I'd enjoy being a different person. You know, if I was more normal-ish, if you will, you know, um, my life was never handed to me on a silver platter. I've worked for everything I've done. You know, like I said, I broke almost every bone in my body. I've got titanium neck, titanium rod in my lower back, titanium shoulder, hold me together, you know, but it wouldn't change it, you know. And for me, I'm always seeing spirits. I see the spirits in people. I can tell when a person's real or not. When I watch them, I sit there and I can see it's like a the person's got like an aura. You know, you can tell when you look at the person, the aura of that person. It's their guiding light, if you will. Yep. I've closed many doors because I had to. There's doors that I've gladly walked away from, never looked back. Because I made the mistake of opening one more back up, and I paid the price. I watched a good buddy of mine die right in front of me as a kid. Never again. Never again. I watched a buddy of mine sit there try to commit suicide hundreds of times. I had to close doors because I had to. I learned by my mistakes. I've also learned by others' mistakes, watching them hang themselves. But yet, it defined who I was. I didn't know any of this growing up as a kid. You know, being interested in the paranormal, you know, I was always watching these horror flicks, well, documentaries about haunted places. I've always sat down on the fire pits, hearing ghost stories, you know, hearing all of these things that are ingrained with us, you know, things that we have to be careful of, where we could go, where, you know, how to prepare ourselves for certain journeys, you know, into this. And I tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy. You know, like I said, every now and then I'll catch, you know, I'll look, Not because there's anybody else here except for my cat. I know where he's at. But someone would catch my attention because I see the spirits. I see the ghosts. I see the spirits. I see the demons. I smell them. I have always been in that aspect. I've always had that gift or curse, depending on how you look at it. There's this guy that was walking a couple of years back. Pitch black, no light whatsoever except for one. It was coming through the glass, heading towards this direction. Guy walked by the glass, but the shadow was against the wall, and the light was shining this way. The shadow was against that wall, and it was black as black could get. And I looked at him, I was like, Lord, he's in your hands. And you could smell the evil from him. And I'm looking at him, I was like, Lord, he's on you. I knew who he was. He knows who I am or was. I've seen him before many times over, but I have not seen him since. I don't know what happened to him. It's not my monkey, not my zoo. It's not always easy being in the paranormal. It's not easy being able to see the spirits, not easy being able to feel that evil, feel that demonic presence, to feel overwhelmed on how things are done in a lot of ways. Because a lot of these people that do paranormal don't tell you that there are times where they do get overwhelmed. And it's always hard sometimes because you need to always step back. You always have to find that break. You know? Or as Lady Wolverine said, to shut that door. You need to know when to close it. And you need to know how to close it. And don't be like a dog and go back to it. Because that will open up Pandora's box. And you don't want to open Pandora's box. It's devastation in itself. Every now and then, you gotta let loose. You gotta break free from it. But if you're going to do it the right way. Don't go to a cemetery and then not participate. You go to that cemetery oh, I've got a bad Ouija story that I still get cringed at No, they avoid me like the plague. No. My best friend had one, the one that I don't have not seen since that one day. Had one. I am very careful, and yes, tarots are very. There's good and bad. There are good and bad with those. There are good witches, if you will, practitioners that only use for the light. But there are some that have used it for the dark to cause harm to others, to sit there and take away from their original values of those because they were originally in the light. And that's one thing that I've always told people. Remember, the devil is not some two-horned, half human, half goat or sheep or whatever the fuck you want to call him. The devil was an angel of light. He was the most beautiful created creature ever. And Christians should know this if they are reading the Bible the way they are, the way it's supposed to be. If they really know the Bible is the way they say they do, they would know this because it is in their Bible. You know, I know, and that's one thing that. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, or lady. There are people that use those as a game. They don't look into it beforehand. That opens up doors that they don't want to ever walk through. Those things, if you're going in it half-assed thinking it's a game because you're trying to, I'll give an example. And whoever wants to come up, come on up. You know, like I said, this is an open panel, so I'm not the only one that's got stories to bring up. So, but you know, I've seen this multiple times where people use those Ouija boards to discuss their loved ones. Really? They're dead. Leave them be. They should not be brought back up. They want to use the Ouija board to get a hold of their dead pets. Come on, really? You guys are freaking nuts. I walked away from good folk because of that shit. They're dumbasses. They're dwelling in things they should not. You know, there's a couple of paranormal bitches here on YouTube, and I do call you bitches. You're only enthusiasts. You are only a collector of souls. You're not a paranormal dude. Get your head out of your ass. Change your name to paranormal enthusiast. But see, like I said, I've seen so many lives destroyed because of being stupid. They think it's a game. They think it's fun. They want to explore that wild side, dark side, get that experience to say, I've done that, I've been there, I'm this. No, you're not. I know, sweetheart. I know you're here. But, like I said, when you're in it and that's your passion, you want to do it, ask, learn. Don't be afraid to go to those that know what they're talking about. Exactly, Grizz. It's a game, life or death. I've seen people go absolutely batshit crazy because of doing stupid shit. They're going in half-assed because, again, they think it's a game. They don't hold on to the true value of what paranormal is. They don't want to see or hear or listen about the dangerous side of such. Those that are true into paranormal know it's dangerous. There's things you should do, there's things you should not do. Those that are in it know when not to do things. We know when not to invoke them. And if you think this is just a game, even on YouTube, these little bitches, and yes, again, I will continue to call these little bitches bitches because that's what they are. These little bitches put paranormal in their name. To get the clout, to get the notoriety, to sit there and get the ends with those that are really into it. Just so they can get the clicks and views, so that way they could sit there and make a name for themselves in hopes to get monetized so they could still continue to live under mommy's basement to sit there and sponge off everybody else. They're riding someone else's coattails. There's already one douchebag not too long ago that had to change his name. He was forced to take out the paranormal name. I laughed my ass off on that because it is true. He's not a paranormal douche. He's just a douche. Oh, yeah, yeah. See, I am going to I was asked, one of the reasons why I'm doing a paranormal talk tonight, I was asked to do a reaction video. Start doing some of the reaction videos on some of these paranormal idiots on to see what's real, what's not. And when I do this, I do want to have a full panel because, like I said, this is not just me. This is for everybody that's here that wants to tell their story, to come up, have fun, interact with everybody. Because I'm the oddball out. I'm sitting there. just spewing. But the dude, like I said, was forced to sit there and change his name because he was not a paranormal. He went on a few hunts, but never very long. He's always afraid to go by himself. He's always made excuses. In the paranormal realm, it's good to have others, but it's also good to go by yourself because you learn again. You learn your ropes. You bring that up. You learn your strengths. You learn your weaknesses because you don't have anybody else to rely on. Don't be afraid to explore. Oh, yeah, yeah. But see, we all have our experiences. We all have our near death experiences where we seen things that are just questionable. We see things that make us wonder. We all have that experience. You know, the black dog, Bear Rim, I know exactly what you're talking about. And as an ex driver myself, yeah. Last time I drove truck was just before my buddy killed himself. We had an opportunity to go down to Australia. The company I was working for was bought by an Australian company. Me and about 6 other teams were going down to Australia to learn how to drive those road trains. I went down there for a couple of weeks. I loved it. It was an amazing time. I loved my Australian friends. I've got a son down there that's living down there. He prefers it down there. Maybe one day I might move down there again. I actually stay down there. But we seen the black dog. We seen, there's just things that were just not right. And I had this feeling I needed to stop. We stopped up at this truck stop, and we were supposed to have 2 weeks off because our contracts were getting done. We had 2 weeks to finish all the paperwork with all the company, get everything all sorted out and all this other stuff. And we're going to go down to Australia. My buddy looks up at the deal. He sees the screen. He sees money. He gets into that truck. We're not even off the clock for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, something like that. And we're supposed to be 8. Back then, they didn't have all this electronic shit telling us what we couldn't do. We had logbooks. We didn't have all these regulations that we have now. Hey, Ronald, how you doing, my friend? Yo, I agree with you, lady. But my buddy, like my team partner, he seen money. And I says, dude, hold on, wait. Something just does not feel right. Just hold on. He got in that truck. Went to the dock, hitched up the trailer, went down to California. My buddy sat there, died that day. They said that he fell asleep at the wheel. He couldn't have. He woke up just as I pulled up into the driveway at the truck stop because I'm the one that drove the last several hours. He didn't fall asleep at that wheel. $1,500 drop straight down the mountain. I never got back in the truck since. I couldn't do it because I had this feeling things were just not right on the way home. The way to the drop off and on the way home just didn't seem right. And there were some near misses that I got scared out of. It's like, no, man, I can't do this no more. I can't do this. No. I'm going to take the 2 weeks vacation. I'm just sitting there, it's like, okay, here we go. And my mind was racing because something just was not adding up right. It was not there. I mean, it was just like, wow, here you go. Like I said, I've learned to trust my gut instinct. If I would have been in that truck, I would have been dead as well. You know how they have those emergency truck ramps when you're going downhill and your truck decides to lose brakes, whatever, those emergency ramps? He was going downhill and he had plenty enough time to hit that. Instead, he went the other direction. He went across 4 lanes and the media, the grassy knoll in the middle. Instead of veering off to the right, he veered off to the left. What was in front of him that made him turn? What did he see in front of him where he couldn't make that deal? What made him turn the other direction? 1,500-foot drop down the side of the mountain going across 4 lanes of traffic. If we'd have fallen asleep, he would have been right there. Yes, sweetheart, I am okay. Thank you for asking, hon. You know, this is a hard topic to deal with. This is something hard, and it's good to have the memories come back sometimes, but it's also bad. But we love it. I pray every time to our great Father for the memories that's blocked out of me. If I've done wrong things, to forgive me. If I've heard innocence, I've always prayed because I don't want that on my blood when it's my time to go. I have people sitting there saying, "Man, I wish I was like you." It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. I have a lot of demons facing my happy ass. I have demons torturing me for shit that I had no choice to do. I faced my demons. I tried drowning them out, but I forgot those bitches can swim real good. It's not always easy being a paranormal. It's not always easy facing your demons. Life is denied so many people because they open doors that they shouldn't. That's one reason why the old saying goes, when one door shuts, another one will open. I've learned the hard way how to close those doors. Hey Karen, how you doing, hon? That's one reason why I'm very adamant about learning no matter what you're doing, no matter what your venue is in your life, whatever you choose to do, don't do it half-assed. See, if you're going to get in the paranormal, learn, listen. Don't be afraid to explore, but be smart about it. It's not a game. It's nothing that you could sit there and turn on and off like a switch. Because once you open that door, you better be prepared what comes out. I guarantee you, what's coming out of that door is not pretty. I've seen those. I've seen the dark sides. I've seen those bad parts. I've seen what it does to people. I've seen good folk get thrown one hell of a Bad deal. Hey, Dark Soul brother, how you doing? Dark Soul is another longtime brother. He's been a good friend forever. He is another fellow biker brother. Have not seen you in forever. How you been, brother? I think that's the link. But when you're dwelling with this and you're going in exploring the paranormal, the haunted places, you do it with respect. You do it with knowledge. Hey, sweetheart.
Hey, love. When you were saying about the one truck driver, well, my ex worked for a company, and I don't want to say exactly where the truck stop were, not really truck stop, but rest area, not too far from me. And the guy parked his truck. The dispatch tried to get a hold of him, never answered his phone, no nothing. They
Mhm.
found him dead in his truck. They say heart
Yep.
attack, but people are starting to wonder if it wasn't drugs on top of it. But yeah.
Yep.
Mhm. And his daughter worked for Genio, which isn't too far from me either. She lost her father. I mean, that's crazy.
Yep.
My ex is still driving truck. I mean, the things people see every day on a regular basis. My ex lost a friend that went off the, lost his brakes, whatever and whatnot, and well,
Mhm.
off the center medium. And
Yep.
mhm, yep. So I knew exactly how you were feeling because it's hard being a truck driver, and some people don't give these truck drivers the credit for what they do. I mean, they're trying to get things to point A and point B. And my ex used to do paper logs, but now
Mhm.
everything's electronic. There's no
Yep.
choice to it no more.
Yep.
Mhm, mhm.
Hey, I will be right back. Go ahead and tell your story, hon. I need to use the.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But yeah, um, I've always been into the paranormal since the day my grandma passed away. Um, her body wasn't taken out of the house yet, and I seen her shadow. I was outside having a cigarette, needing 5 minutes to myself, and you know, things people see every day, things people can't explain. Um, when my dad passed away, for about 2 weeks, cupboard doors opening left and right, because I'm the one that found him. And you know, a Ouija board is not a game. I own one. I have it hidden, and I've never used it. Never, never used it ever. I won't. I refuse. I have it as collectors, but I won't use it. I refuse. I will not use it. Collectors, I won't use it. And I see the things that people do all over YouTube, messing with Ouija boards. It's not a game. It's not um it's not something play around with. And it's not. Like, I've got a friend who's live right now, exploring with Ben and Sam. They're into the paranormal. They don't think it's a game. You know, they go to haunted places. I dropped his link twice in, in chat here. Great guy. And, you know, there's some YouTubers that fake it all. You just gotta watch it. You just really, really do. You know, and, you know, the things I've seen and heard, it's like, oh my. See, unfortunately, my dad never believed in the paranormal. He thought I was nuts when I told him I saw grandma the day she died. He didn't believe me. He thought I was joking. I said, I wouldn't joke about something like that. No, no, no. I've seen two shadows out on my aunt's swing at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I've seen things myself. About an hour away from me, there's a grave site. It's been blocked off on both sides. I have it up on my channel. You can't go in there late at night. There's a caretaker. But there was an infant remains stolen out of that graveyard, an infant remains from 1924. How somebody can be that sick enough to steal an infant remains. But I told Ghost about that place. Just the vibe I got off it. I heard people crying. There's a little bridge that you drive across. The first time I went there, my friend's stereo quit working in her car. But yeah, the vibe I got off that place. I would love to go back there, but I haven't. Just the vibe I get off the place. Like, for real. Mhm. Mhm. You okay?
Whew, yeah. I'm back.
I see that. So, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fake paranormal people, and there's some that are very, very genuine, like Ben and Sam. They're genuine. They're not, you know, faking anything. They don't have to. But there's people that do it. And I don't think
Yeah.
it's right. Mm-mm. You know, but yeah, I mean, trucking is a dangerous job. You got to stay awake. You got to be alert. Um, it is. It's sad. It really is. And people conjuring the dead for whatever devil worship, whatever it is, and demons. That no, I don't believe in all that. I really don't. You just don't do that. But people do it. They don't care.
You know, well, like I said, they think it's a game. And that's one thing that is just not right by no means.
Mm-mm.
You know,
No.
because if you're going to be in it, do it right. Do it with the whole heart. Be careful of what you do.
Mm-hmm.
That way, it's not biting you in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Because it may not affect you directly, but it will affect you indirectly. It can affect your family members, someone you love, someone you cherish.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that is what gets me.
Mhm.
Is I've seen people sit there and say, "Oh well, you know, it didn't affect me, so it don't matter."
Yeah.
But they're not caring about the people that are affected by it.
Hmm. Exactly. And Karen, I agree with what you just said. The drama. Nobody wants the drama. Yeah, it's getting old. It is. I agree. It's getting old. But when you've been around YouTube a long time, like we all have, we've all seen what goes on. So it's ridiculous both ways.
You know,
Mhm. It is. Mhm. It is. I don't. I don't. I don't agree with it. I don't. But people do things for clicks and views and all the fighting, all that stuff. People do it. You know, every day. Oh, you're welcome, Karen. No problem. Yeah, some people belong on YouTube, Jane, and some people don't. And I agree with you too. So, yeah. But I just, you know, I watch, I listen. There's times where I don't say a word.
you know.
Mhm.
Well, it's always good to sometimes, and I've stated this multiple times. It's always good to sit there and pay attention,
Mhm.
because you sit there and there's times where you have to observe.
Yep, it is. Yeah, Karen, I agree with that. It's crazy. It is. I've always said I've made my channel a safe place for people to come and talk and speak their mind. It is. Just same way for Ghost's channel. He made it a safe place for people to come and talk and speak their mind. That's right, Karen. Hmm.
Well,
I agree with that too. Hmm.
see, social media is good to a point, but there's people that abuse that. It has become the deadening of society because there's more people brainless because they're always hooked to their phone and they're always trying to do things to get that clicks and views.
Hmm. Yep.
And I've sat there and on one of my favorite rivers, just about an hour from me, I was sitting there rafting down the river, very hot summer and stuff like that. And on the opposite side of the river, this guy was starting to have a seizure. Everybody was filming it instead of stopping. That was close by. I had to swim across the river in high rapids in order to save him. All because they wanted their clicks and views for social media. They wanted to get their 15 minutes of fame, saying, oh, look, we got a trauma, instead of actually giving a crap about the person that's about ready to die. It's like, dude, the loss of emotions towards people have gone so far since social media ran, like, yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't understand either, Karen, is the jealousy. And I see that a lot. And it destroys more than it helps. Jealousy kills more.
It does.
Jealousy's almost killed me several times. I've been shot a few times, I was pushed off a 25-foot cliff head first because of jealousy. It's not fun. It's not easy. It's not. There's a healthy amount of it, I guess, because everybody has that jealous streak. But when it's overboard and it goes into the psychotic part, and unfortunately, we've seen that too. Yep.
You're very true. We just gotta learn to ignore the drama and BS and all that, because the stress is no good for nobody. It's not.
Nope.
Sometimes you gotta take a break. Sometimes you gotta walk away,
Yep. And you got to enjoy life, explore.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to sit there and learn something new. You're sitting there, you're holding off living.
Yep.
And if you're just existing, what are you good for? You don't have nothing coming in, nothing going out.
Yep.
Might as well just sit there in your front lawn watching grass grow. I mean, there's nothing.
All right.
That's one reason, like I said, if you're going to be in the paranormal, make sure you know the consequences of doing such.
Right.
Because it is not a game. It is not something you can go into a cemetery, look around, wait 5 minutes, and goes, oh, well, nothing's happening. Later, I'm gone. I'm out of here.
Yep. So
there's more to that than that. There's more haunted places than that. There's more activities. Than just that.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to live life. because that is denied so many people at a young age.
Yep, exactly.
Kids die by the handfuls daily.
Yeah, I know.
They're denied life.
Oh, Jane, that sounds like a great idea. Sorry for cutting you off, love. I was answering Jane. But yeah, I've never been to a prison that's haunted. No. I've seen people do it though. Oh yeah. I'm just going, really? Sure. Okay.
I was at Alcatraz, and that's a good one.
Mm. You know, it's
That's exactly it, Dark Soul. Life is too short.
Yep, it is. I agree with that too.
You know, that's one reason why I've always been one to live life. You know, I hold
Yep.
no regrets.
Hmm.
You know, I've learned my mistakes, I've learned by them, but I'm also one that lives free. I hold no boundaries. I do what I want to do, however I want to do it. And those that come into my life, I'm grateful for.
Same. Yeah.
Ooh, New Orleans Cemetery. Oh, hell yeah. That is a blast and a half. I loved it down Louisiana. You want to talk about a state full of paranormal? Louisiana's got it.
Right. But
That is another one that's on a bucket list. If you guys really want to go to haunted cemeteries, go down to New Orleans. Go down to some of the ones there in Louisiana. There's haunted cemeteries there in Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi. Mississippi's got tons of them as well. And don't forget the plantations. Oh, New Orleans is very haunted, yes.
yes, it is.
It is one of the hotspots again. And those are underrated places that people don't really go. The only time they ever go there for is the Mardi Gras. But there's more
Oh,
to
okay.
it than that.
Right, Jane?
Well,
Right, love? Ah. But there's haunted places everywhere.
oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Not just one cemetery. You know, there's places all over Portland, tons of places that are haunted.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I'm sure about Pennsylvania. I'm sure there is there too. But I mean,
The most haunted place I've ever been to was my ex's house.
oh God.
I hear strange shit coming from that place and I'm gone. It's like, nope, nope, nope. I'm sorry. I'm out of here.
Louisiana. Yep. Yeah. New York. It's all over.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No
Oh.
matter what state you're in, there's always haunted places. There's always those that are underrated.
Yep. Well,
Now,
when you
We've got a guest coming up that those you need the light on if you see him, because man.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And he's where parents put you and you're in trouble.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, I don't know about all that goes, but thank you though. But
Hey, Dark Souls, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you, Classy.
Hey,
And
Doc, how you doing, brother?
I just pulled into the fuel line to fuel up. I'm one of those truck drivers that Joe was talking about a little while ago.
Oh,
Well, I will drop your link in the chat.
Don't worry about it. I haven't done nothing as far as my channel goes in a while. Family
Yeah,
life come
forever.
into play. Family's life come into play, and have a lot going on. I hadn't done anything really new. Once in a while, I'll pop on the unaffiliated, and kind of poke the bear or stand up for Rob when they kind of pick on him a little bit, and when they pick on Jay, man, But
Oh,
other than
yeah.
that, where I was, I sorry I came in till late to the deal. I didn't even get the notification. I clicked the notification list. I didn't even get a notification. As far as New Orleans go, I'm born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh,
New
yeah.
Orleans is like my back door.
Yep.
Throughout the United States, especially through the southern states all the way up the northeast, where the majority of the Civil War concentrations, battlefields, New Orleans graveyards, freaking even Gettysburg. When you walk through some of these places and your hair starts standing up on the back of your head and the back of your neck,
Uh-huh.
and it starts getting cold, there's something going on.
Right.
And you mentioned, Classy, about seeing your bill. I've actually seen my grandfather after he passed, which the called sleepwalking. You basically you're asleep, but you're not actually walking, but you're walking past that veil, and actually seeing your family members. If I've crossed that veil a couple times in my younger years, and now today, I try not to go there. It gets me.
I was in my 20s when I lost my grandma. I like I said, I was outside having a cigarette, needed 5 minutes to myself because I know her body wasn't taken out of the house yet. And I seen my grandma. My dad thought I was joking. I said no.
Just go show you what I drive.
But
I haul fuel.
But I lost my dad in my 20s, and I just lost my mom. So, and one person I haven't seen yet is my mom. Not yet. Not yet.
But yeah, like you say, Ghost, it's not a thing to play with.
Nope.
But anyways, I mean, you got there's a lot of books and everything been written on it. You mentioned about plantations. Spend the weekend at the Myrtle Plantation. That is the Myrtle Plantation was a refuge, but at the same time, it was also a love story dealing with a voodoo witch. And she put a hex on the place, and it's that you sleep there at night, you'll have You'll hear a rocking chair. You'll hear a crib rocking. It's different things. There's stuff. You go out there with where the gazebo used to be. The gazebo's gone now, and it had a little pond there. You'll see old Civil War people walking across. You know, it's just there's so much.
Mhm.
It's a lot. You know, when you mentioned about doing this and everything, I said it was very interesting, which it is, and it's kind of a hard subject to talk about because you don't want to offend the other
You want
side.
yeah.
Oh
And,
yeah, yeah.
but yet you see so many. I know it's Hollywood, but yet they sit there and they play with it. And you know, I don't know if you know the authors, but Alan Norris, Anne Rice. She wrote a couple novels in regards to about New Orleans and stuff. Now, a majority of her novels are dealing with vampires and witches,
Oh
which
yeah, yeah.
very well, God rest her soul. Uh, you know, she a lot of that portrays around the history of New Orleans and stuff like that, and the French. So, but yeah. But anyway, it's been a while ago, so I just want to pop in and say hello and
Well,
stuff. And
I
Hey,
dropped my link in chat, but yeah, there's people that went to the Elizabeth Borden house. You know, the Conjuring house.
yep. And the Amityville.
Horror house. Yeah, you can't even get in there anymore.
Yeah.
People won't. People. Well, it's been bought in that. Elizabeth or and whatever Warren. You know them. They've been
Yep.
to the when they were both alive. Ed and Lorraine. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh, can't even speak tonight. And they've both been to the Conjuring house. They've been all over. Elizabeth or what? Yeah, they've
Yeah, Lizzie
Lorraine
Borden.
and yeah, people have been there. Ed and Lorraine, they went to the Conjuring house, and I think they've been other places because they had gotten Annabelle, which is
Mm-hmm.
locked up. You know, all of it. So yeah, which they are no longer alive anymore, either one of them. But Ed and Lorraine, but yeah, it's a lot.
I'm gonna hop off, y'all. You know, it's nice talking to y'all real quick.
Yeah,
I'm
you
wrapping
too.
up my shift. Wrapping up my shift. I'll get back on, listen the rest of the way because I just put a 12-hour shift in. I'm tired.
Oh yeah, I
All right.
get you.
Hey, you know you're welcome anytime, brother. You know, miss you. Glad you're doing all right. Haven't heard anything from you forever, so.
Just like I said, dealing with family life and got a lot going on at the house, and
Yeah.
and just taking it day by day, trying to keep my sanity. You know.
All right.
Mhm.
Hey,
Y'all take care.
your beard's gotten a lot longer since last time I seen you.
Yeah. By time spring, I'm hoping to have it down to here.
Oh wow.
They say that a man that anticipates sex, their beard will grow 3 inches in a couple of months. You must be really anticipating having sex. I mean, fuck.
I can't with this. Ghost, really? You had to go there, love, didn't you? Oh my God.
Oh, I'm gonna put it this way. I'm preparing for June hog rock. Put it that way.
Uh-huh.
Now, my buddy, he's a barber and everything. He's with the Mad Viking. He was with the Mad Viking MC. He
Yep.
opened up, hung up his rung, and started his own barbershop and everything. His whole family does it. He's the one that takes care of this. He also enters into the beer mask balls and stuff like that. He asked if I would participate at the world champion next October. The
Mhm.
20,
Cool.
2024, 2025. But anyways, working on to get it longer, getting it nice and full. It's, you see, it's already nice and full, but it's just like, woman's hair. You gotta take care of it. You gotta put
Oh,
the
yeah.
oils in and stuff like that. It's a regiment and stuff. And once a month, go see him to get the dead ends, split ends taken care of. And he gets on my butt when I don't wear something to tie it up while I'm riding the bike because I let it kind of flap like that in the air and stuff, and he gets on me.
Mhm.
He said, it just kills it. But but that's the goal. Basically, have it down to my belly button by October, and to enter into the competition because there's some guys out there that's got some nice full beers and stuff, and I got my work cut out for me, put it that way.
I
Oh,
guess.
yeah. Yep.
I bet your wife
Hey.
complains and said, when you're gonna chop it off there?
No, oh no. She at first she was against it because she only liked me with my little goatee. It was basically
Yeah.
just this part right here, and I
Yeah.
started letting go out, and now she's like, whatever makes you happy.
Yep.
How are
Hey,
you?
yeah, you
Alright.
need to make sure that you tie that thing up, when you're riding your bike, because you don't want to have flashbacks of the 70s porn. I mean, that'd be scary enough.
Oh my God.
All right,
Ghost.
164.
Oh my God.
Hey, I gotta give you a ration of shit now and then, brother.
No, it's been a while, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. Glad to hear from
Yeah.
you, man.
Yeah, just like I said, just not taking it day by day. I mean, I guess. I mean, I guess I could pop on my YouTube channel and just kind of give an update. Nope, I'm good, man. Thank you. I built a garage, a deck, a lot of things
Well,
going
I'm
around
gonna
the
let you
house.
boys talk. I gotta call the kid back.
It's nice meeting
So
you,
find what
Classy.
the heck's going on. But nice meeting you, Dark Souls. You boys have fun.
All right.
Bye.
I
Yeah.
always do.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to hop off here too, man. I got paperwork to do, and I'll hop back on the YouTube side and listen to what else you got to say. But yeah, I
Right.
just wanted to put out there some of the places. I'm a history buff, and I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot out there. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
matter of
Yeah.
want to look for it or not.
I'm going to do a trivia night, for questions and stuff like that, histories and stuff like that, because I love history. I love going into the historical values of places. No matter what it is, it's always been part of me. And so one night we'll have a discussion of history, what we know, what we've experienced, what we've learned, and stuff like that, and kind of do an educational night.
Well, you're older than me, so I'll probably be like the Padawan, learning from the Jedi. You probably got more, a little bit more than me and stuff and everything. That's the funny thing, a lot of stuff. What's the best way to put it? history, history tends to repeat itself, but only time it repeats
Mhm.
itself is when it's been lost or it's been
Mhm.
changed.
Yep.
And the way things are going right now, look at the last 10 years, how much they destroyed and try to erase the stuff and everything. And
Yep.
I've been really, eyes kind of been kind of opened up even more with I've been dealing studying law and stuff,
Mhm.
and come to find out there's just not two-tier justice. It's freaking six deep. It depends on what you're dealing with and stuff and everything.
Oh yeah.
eh, but I'm kind of getting off topic again. But anyway, as far as some paranormal and stuff and everything, my real advice and everything, if you don't know what you're doing, stay out of it. Put it that way, you know.
Yep.
And I had my experience, especially when I was a bouncer at New Orleans,
Oh yeah.
got to meet some people and got to tour some places that I
Yep.
will never walk back into again,
Yep.
because it kind of gives me the willy jillies.
I was
So,
living in Clear Creek for a while, right next to Justin Wilson, the Cajun cook.
uh-huh.
He was literally my next door neighbor.
I'm jealous. I
It
used to
was
watch him. I watched his cooking and everything. That was like the get around table. With my grandfather to sit there
well,
and watch his cooking and stuff and everything, and then literally have my grandfather. We try to mimic some of his
I
cooking and
tell you
stuff
what
and
it gonna
everything.
did.
I loved how his sense of measuring was. Yeah, a little bit of dash, and he kept on. Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
fun
Yep.
watching him and everything.
A
Yeah,
little bit of wine here, a little bit of
yeah,
wine for me, and he'd be sitting there going, all right, a little bit of wine. He's like,
yeah. God
it's
rest his
like,
soul.
yeah, that dude was amazing, dude. I tell you, every now and then when you go by his property, people will say that every now and then you get some of his Cajun cooking, his Creole gumbo and all that. And it's like, oh, yeah, he's still here. He's still around us.
Yeah,
Now,
well,
always,
there's somebody has loaded all his TV series of his cooking show on here on YouTube,
yep.
and I was sat there and I actually binge watched freaking 6 hours. I didn't realize it. I was like, holy moly! I was just going down basically memory lane,
Oh,
as a
yeah,
kid,
yeah.
watching him, the way his style of cooking and stuff. I
Yep.
mean, I'm a big boy, man. Yeah, I mean, playing football and stuff and everything. You eat a lot.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's how I got so big. They told me I
So,
should join Weight Watchers. Like, again? And I go, what you did again yet? It's like, yeah, I watched my weight go from small to big real quick. But yeah,
Ghost, you have a good night, man. I am gonna sign off. It's nice
all right,
seeing you
brother.
again.
Be
You
safe
know,
out there, man. Oh, and if you haven't heard yet, I'm doing Eagle's Nest, Bikers News. I'm getting back into that more, stuff like that. I would love to have you on for an interview. What got you into writing and stuff like that? Your experiences, as a writer. I want to get tips for like new starts, stuff like that. That want to get into it. I don't want to keep watching people get misled. By the same guy that all you see is one specific thing and he's only talking about that specific thing. I
gotcha.
want to get everybody's experiences and because not everybody's the same, and so we cannot learn by the same thing. So what I want to do is I want to get our experiences out there, as bikers, get more of the good values in instead of just all what you see on BDs and some of the others, all the negative of bikers.
Yeah.
I want to see that more positive vibe, get more people to see the good side instead of just the bad side.
Well, as I was saying, I think Hollywood said it best. The bad side always brought the more views in.
Yeah.
Because anybody, prime example, was it? I think it was BD was talking about a few weeks ago about that sheriff refused to do the charity run for the Hell's Angels.
Hmm.
Not all of them are bad. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's bad in everybody, no matter whether they're bikers or law
It's the same
enforcement
thing.
or
Same thing with the gun agenda and everything. One bad apple to screw the many. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So, anyways,
yeah.
but
But
yeah,
yeah, that,
yeah. Hit me up. You got my email, right? Or my
no,
phone
but I
number,
do
right?
got you on Discord, so I can message you, get
Yeah,
that.
just message me there on Discord and stuff, and hit me up, and we'll work it out.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man. Everyone, y'all have a good
Hey,
night. Grizz, Karen, all y'all, take care. Adiosa.
hey, you have a good one, brother. Be safe out there. I'm glad for what we did tonight, because a lot of experiences came through, a lot of people saying things, even though they didn't come up on panel, but still, the chat was alive with their stories as well, and that's what this is all about, and I've always been involved in the paranormal. Um, Louisiana, New Orleans is a hot spot. If you want to go through creepy, real haunted places, go down to New Orleans, Louisiana, down south, Mississippi. Go to what the hell's her name? Loretta Lynn. Go to Loretta Lynn's plantation because that place is guaranteed registered haunted. She bought it knowing it was haunted. And one thing she stated when she was interviewed, this is her house. They are not going to run her off of her property. She lived there until she passed. That's one of the greatest women I've ever met. One of the most tender hearted ladies I've ever met. And I loved it. Short, but man, those short ladies pack a powerful punch. The only person that I was ever scared of was my grandma. She is 4'9", 85 pounds soaking wet. Dynamite does come in small packages. But, like I said, I was asked to do a paranormal reaction videos. I don't normally do that because there's plenty of those out there. But I'm not only going to do it for the paranormal, I'm going to do it for the bikers that are showing this, whatever, because I'm all over the board. I'm a biker. I'm paranormal. I'm a do it yourself. I'm a survivalist, if you will. I do all these things because I've always done these things. I've always been a survivalist. I've always been one of those that have, hey, Simone, someone, how you doing, sweetheart? No, you're still good, sweetheart. You're always, even if you're late, you're always on time. But like I said, it is that it is. It's hard to learn something if you think it's a game. I've seen so many bad things happen to good people. Hey, it's understandable, sweetheart. Yeah, I know you need your sleep. You need your rest. If you miss the live, that's okay. You could always watch it on the replay. I mean, there's a couple of people out there. I'm going to be here forever. So, but, like I said, I'm going to do one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to do tactical survivals. Now that it's coming to winter, bad weather, I want to show you guys what it takes to be able to survive in emergencies. And I'm not going to sit there and do like what's that bear 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 uh, Bear Grylls. I think that's his name. That dude is fake as fake gets. All those survival videos that he's done are fake. He will sit there and show some of the dangerous things that he's been through, like the whitewater rafting and shit like that. But he's always got a safety net. And when he builds a shelter, when the camera goes off, he's flown to a hotel and he stays the night at a hotel. I don't do that shit. That's one reason why I state either you're in it or you're not. I've always been told never to do anything half-assed, and I don't. Either I'm all in or not at all. But like I said, I'm going to do some tactical survivalists. I'm going to do exactly. And that's what I was just saying. Bear Grylls got caught several times. There's videos out here where he's supposed to be shooting his deals where he's survivalists, but he's eating at a 5-star hotel. That's bullshit. Like I say, either you're in it or all, or not at all. Because it's not a game. You want to teach someone something, you've got to be out there doing it as well. You've got to sit there and be willing to step in. When I was a leader in the platoon, I was asked what I'm doing shit for. I said, because, see, I'm not going to have my men do shit that I wasn't going to do myself. I wasn't going to sit there and tell my platoon to do something that I wasn't going to do myself. As a business owner, I was still working my ass off next to all of my employees. That's why. It's like, because, see, I'm a hands-on person. I want to teach by example. You learn by example. You teach by example. Would you listen to a boss that's not doing anything, that's sitting there behind the desk doing nothing, telling you to do shit, busting your balls, while your boss is sitting there high off the hog, banging the mailman or the intern? Or would you rather have more respect for the boss, or in the military, your CO? Would you have more respect for your CO if he's right there in the foxholes with you? Would you be as safe as your boss being right there with you? It's a bare necessity. It's a bare necessity. But no, we've all seen dumbasses throughout the years that get into paranormal and fall short because they think it's a game, not realizing the consequences of it. There's too many fakes out there in all walks of life. I've heard an NBA superstar that couldn't do shit for the longest time. He sat there, told me, a few other people, there's some times where you got to fake it till you make it. The guy was gifted. But he had to fake his career just so that way he can get the money. The only bad part about that is that he deterred his health. He's always on the bench because he never took care of himself. He sat there and says, "Oh, I'm Mr. Basketball. I'm this. I'm Mr. Powerful. I do this. I do that." Well, if you're not taking care of yourself and if you're not living the life you say you are, it's going to come back and eat you. It's going to kill you. He got traded by several different people because he was a liability. Every time he would get up to do a free throw, his leg would give out, or he'd break his leg, or he'd broke a hip, or he broke his shoulder. Nothing. Oh, that one. Nope. Hold on. I can't see how to. There we go. This is the small one right here is my youngest daughter. The big one is me. My youngest daughter. I'm coming up on 12 years of her passing away on the 25th. Something I never forget. She was murdered at 6:03, November 25th. I was never notified until 11:30 a.m. The cops weren't notified until 11 a.m. that she had passed. I went to bed finally about 4:30 that morning. She was at this guy's house babysitting his kids for him. At 6:03, I woke up. I looked at my clock. First words out of my mouth was, "Okay, great Father, who?" And I did a journey's prayer, not knowing who it was. She was my youngest. She's also 2 months pregnant. The guy that killed her went scot-free, sort of. till he met me. They put that fucker in protective custody so I wouldn't get a hold of him. I still feel her presence. I still smell her perfume. I still hear her. Every now and then she'll walk around the house because this is her house. Every time I see her at my desk, I look up and I see her face. That tie-dye, she did. She did that a month and a half before she was killed. When someone passes away that I have actions with, I wake up at that time. I always know when someone passes away because I wake up and it's like, okay, Lord, what's going on? Okay, great Father. I've always had that gift or curse, depending on how you look at it. Yep. Like I said, she did that tie-dye herself before she passed. That flag and those two will always travel with me no matter where I'm at. I stood for this flag. I fought for this flag. I've almost died several times due to this flag. I love my country, but I hate the government bitches that runs it. See, I've always been in paranormal, but I've also been a biker. I've done a lot of stupid shit in my life. I've hurt a lot of good people. Some I had no choice to. Some I was forced to. I regretted it, but I made peace with it. I asked for forgiveness for hurting the innocent. I would not have that name if I didn't take it seriously. It's our job to protect the innocents. It's our job to uphold what is true, what is right, not is right now. We lose people left and right because there's people that don't know how to handle it. They want to be there on the coattail to ride for the glory while everything's good. But there's people that left because of bad times. One reason why I always struggled against having this name. I've already seen the chaos it causes. I've already seen what it's gonna do. But just like in anything else, there's good and bad in everything. It's all good once things are going good and everything's smooth sailing. But once you start hitting rocky waters, first thing you do is jump ship. That's why you sink. That's why you don't go very far in life. You're just existing, going from house to house to house with no solid things for yourself. Life's too short for that bullshit. Go on adventures, explore, take the time. Everybody has the time to do shit if they make it. We can only encourage you guys to get out and do shit. But I hear, oh, well, I don't have the time to do it. Well, you would if you get off social media for a fucking little while. Get off your lazy ass and actually explore, do something. There's groups all over in every state that goes through those paranormal activities. They're looking for other people to join. That wants to have the adventures. There's people out there that goes for walks through malls. There is no excuse whatsoever. There's groups for everything. If you have Facebook, there's more shit on there that you can do, that you can get involved with, that you can reach out and touch someone with. YouTube, same damn thing. There's groups out there for everything that you want to be involved in. You yourself are the only ones that could make the time. Don't let other shit dictate your life. Despite how hectic my life is, no matter how many times I'm in and out of that hospital, I still take time to enjoy life. I still take time to help others out. Life is a journey, not a competition. Much love, brother. Good having you back again, man. I'll hit you up on Discord and what time you have available. I'd like to do an interview with you and stuff like that. Get your perspectives of what got you into riding. You know, Dark Soul is one of those other good brothers. He's one of those peacekeepers, and we love peacekeepers. You know, Jamin, same thing. He's a good brother. He'll always be a good brother. I love giving him a ration of shit. You know, but it's all in good fun. You know, if I'm not giving you a ration of shit, you gotta wonder about yourself. But with that being said, I'm going to cut it short because it's going on 3 hours. But like I said, every day, don't be afraid to enjoy life. Don't be afraid to help one another. Don't be afraid to make someone laugh, make someone smile, make someone feel good, make someone feel wanted for once. Make someone feel they care, even if it's a part-time quick, hey, how you doing, man? Elbow bump, knuckle bump, slap in the face, whatever. Yes, but you're here now, and that's all that matters, Sophie. We love you, and we can't help it if you're in England and you're several hours ahead. I mean, you have different time zones than we do, and we do understand. All right, brother. You know where I'm gonna be. Hey, let me know when let me know the night before you're heading down and what time, and I'll meet you up there in town. All right. But like I said, we need to encourage one another. We need to sit there and be for one another. We got too many dictators out there that are telling us where we can and cannot go. They're abusing the ability to sit there and be a person. They're abusing social media, and that should not be. All right, like I said, let me know when, and I'll meet you up there in town. I'll have coffee on the pot ready. But we see too many negative folks out there that are so enveloped to themselves. They're narcissistic bitches. They're uglier than shit, and they're condemning other people by their looks. Hey, night, brother. You have a good night. Thank you for coming. See you Wednesday. Like I said, let me know Tuesday night, and I'll meet you up there in town. But when you look at their lives, they're afraid of their closet being opened because those skeletons are bad bitches. Those things will come out. And you bitches that are lurking, that are one of those narcissistic bitches, guess what? Be prepared for your closets to be open because they will come open. You expose other people's closets while you sit there and are ashamed and afraid of yours getting opened. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not above reproach either. You can be had just the same as anybody else can. But me, my records are not public. I have a little bit here and there on my records. A few assaults here and there, speeding. Nothing major. But we need to encourage one another because you never know if it's going to be their last. You never know it's going to be your last. So wake up, enjoy life. Fuck what social media and the government tells you to do. It's easier to spread a smile, laughter than it is to smile hate. When you're spouting hate, all that does is continue to grow. And it envelops you. You may be a good person, but if you're spreading that hate and you're spreading that bullshit, you're no good as better as they are. Yep. I've had my ass handed to me more time than I care to count. I'm still here. I'm still strong as ever. I face severe health issues, but you know what? Fuck it. If I die tonight, I don't care. 'Cause I've had great friends in my life. I've got great friends that I've known that I continually call my brother, my sister, my family. I've got friends that I've had for over 40 years. We still call each other friends. We still call each other brothers. I'm not scared to die. I've died so many different times. It's not funny. I will do another paranormal night. I will have more people up on panel as an open discussion. Once I do this live, I will do a community tab and have more people up there. So do pay attention to the community tab, please. If you're not getting the notifications, look at the community tab, because that's where you'll see most of it. Okay, because I know there's a lot of people that wanted to be up here but aren't. But they'll be on the replay. And you know, like I said, I faced hell. I've died more times than I care to count. I will do it when it is your morning. How's that? But yes, I can do a little bit few hours earlier. Tonight was just one of those nights where this was the only time I could start it because everything else that was going on throughout the day. But I am going to have another paranormal night, probably earlier in the afternoon, because I do want more people involved in it. Trying to get the best times, you know, for more people that want to be part of this, that wants to be getting their stories out and stuff like that, their experiences out as well. You know, I've got a lot more than I've said tonight, but like I said, there's other nights that we could do this. But it don't matter. Sorry about that. It don't matter what branch of service you're in, will be in, or was in. Hey, Brooke, how you doing, brother? You know, like I said, it don't matter what branch of service you're in, whether it be the Marines, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, National Guards, Army. Hoorah! We salute you. We honor you every fucking day of our lives. We thank you from the bottom of our heart, the sacrifices that you guys make every day. This is your channel. Don't ever expect to be silenced or censored, because it's not this channel. I will not allow anybody else to dictate what freedom really is. But we love you guys. No matter what cut you got on, whether it be a 1 cut, 2 cut, 3 cut, whether you're a Diamond Club member or a mom and pop riding club, don't matter to me. You guys are a salute. No matter what you ride, whether it be the Harley, Honda, Victory, Suzuki, Yamaha, Kawasaki, your mama. As long as you're out there on your roads, having fun, enjoying life. You don't need to be in a club to be a biker. You can hang around them and not have any interest to joining. Just go out and ride with people. Enjoy life, live life to the fullest. Oh, I said a bad word. Sophie's getting her motor running. But we love y'all. Thank you for coming in tonight. Please like, subscribe, share. Do all that crazy shit everybody else is talking about. So cliche. Everybody's doing it, saying it. It's like, ah. I've never been one to be following suit. Best part of waking up is a Harley between your legs. Anyway, we love y'all. Thank you for coming in. This is not going to be the last time I do paranormal. I will have some more up here, more people up here on panel. Just have a night of it. All right. Love y'all. Be safe. Walk safe. Love one another. Encourage one another to do better. The only race that you're ever in is really being a better person than you were the day before. I may be naughty, but I'm good at it. By the way, love y'all. Thank you. Hey, Bent Rim, message me Um, I don't have you on Discord. Somehow it got removed, but I will message you in again. So we thank you all. Thank Rim, great brother. Thank you for showing up. Dragon Lady, thank you for showing up, giving your stories. Dark Soul, again, another person, a great brother, always part of our life, always part of the family. We love y'all. Thank you. Process, same thing. You're a great little brother, and you need me. You got me on Discord anytime. I cannot wait till you come into town because we'll hang out. Let us know ahead of time, and we'll get hook up. All right. But anyway, Toastana, yeah, yeah, Senor, keep it true, keep it real, speak what you mean, live with no regrets. Because that don't change anything.